Hey guys, so let's discuss new question, which is how would you build an enterprise chatbot? Okay, so now you need to create a chatbot for your company, let's say. So an enterprise chatbot is an AI assistant that can answer company specific questions using documents, policies, database, APIs, and internal tools. Okay, so for your custom you need to create a custom chatbot for which is specific to your company. It will give answer to your company policies and everything. Okay, so for example, HR chatbot, IT support bot, okay, and then finance assistance, internal company knowledge bot. So all these things it will do. For example, use case, employee ask how many leave days do I have. So chatbot should search the HR system document and then retrieve relevant data and generate accurate response. Okay, so this is the high level architecture of this chatbot system. So first user will query. Okay, that query will go to your API gateway or authentication will happen there. Okay, after that, or rate limiting also you can apply there, and after that chat application, so UI chat interface, session management will happen here. Okay, you will have a chat application, your UI will be here, and then orchestrator. So orchestrator will do task planning, and then tool selection, whether he has to search the data from vector database or he has to call the APIs. Okay, that will be that he will select here. Okay, after that retriever, so RAG, so you will retrieve the relevant chunks from vector databases and then will give it to LLM. Okay, after that LLM will generate response. Okay, now you cannot send display this response directly to user. Why? Because there you need to have some guardrails, okay, or filter. So for example, the content safety you need to take care, PII masking, okay, personal information, whether there is any personal information, so you just mask it using star or something, and then policy enforcement, and then you will show the final response. So this is the normal architecture of this application. So now main component if you talk about, so first one will be chat UI, what you see on chat GPT, right? So the chat UI you see, or in a chatbot you see that message kind of window, right? So front end where user interacts, so for example it could be web app, Slack bot, or Microsoft team bots. Okay, after that what feature it will have, it will store the chat history. You are able to upload the files there, and then citation also it will show you. Okay, you can go to that link. After that is streaming response. Okay, now authentication and authorization, so very important. Second component is authentication and authorization, so SSO, OAuth, and then role based access control. So HR docs only accessible to HR employees. So now next is document ingestion pipeline. Okay, so here you will so here just 2 minutes. Okay, so in this document ingestion pipeline you will ingest your document, okay, all the document to vector DB. So that could be your collect enterprise data, like you can collect it from your company's PDFs, Confluence, Jira, SharePoint, database, and emails. Okay, and then ingestion flow will be something like this. You will have the document, you will divide that document into chunks, and you will do the embedding. You will find the embeddings, means you will convert that text into numbers, and then you will store that numbers into the vector DB. Now chunking, so split large document into smaller chunks. For example, HR policy chunk, reimbursement chunk, or work from home policy chunks. So improves retrieval quality. Okay, now embedding model, so convert chunks into vectors. For example, sentence embeddings. Okay, so similar meaning means nearby vectors. If they have the similar meaning, their vector value, numeric value will also be similar. Okay, vector database, so store embeddings, example Pinecone, Viviet, and Milvus, used for semantic search. Now retriever, so retriever means reg layer, you can say. So when user asks what is leave policy, so retriever will convert query into vector and then searches vector DB. After that fetches top relevant chunks. Okay, then LLM layer, so you will give this chunks to LLM with the question. So LLM receives user query and retrieve context, then generate final answer. For example, OpenAI model and Anthropic models, so they are the example of LLMs. Prompt example, so answer only using provided context. If unsure, say I don't know. Okay, this is very important. Tell it when you will give a prompt to your chatbot, just say that if you are not sure, just say I don't know, don't hallucinate. Okay, this reduce hallucination. Guardrails and safety, so important for enterprises. Okay, otherwise there would be a compliance issues. So you check PII leakage. Okay, any Aadhaar card number or any personal information, PAN card number is not showing. Okay, whatever comes into PII category. Toxic output, also just see if there is any toxic output, just remove that. Hallucinations and a policy violation. Enterprise APIs and tools. So chatbot can call HR system. See, chatbot can call the internal enterprise APIs also. Okay, internally what you use. So enterprise APIs and tools. So for example, chatbot can call HR system, ticketing system, payroll APIs. Okay, it could call the Jira also, and then can create a ticket. CRM database, for example, create Jira ticket. So LLM call Jira API. Now conversation memory. So it will store previous chat history and session history. Okay, enable follow-up questions, like if user is asking what is leave policy, then user will ask again the next question, how about sick leave. Okay, so conversation, it should maintain the conversation. Now scalability consideration, let's say you need to scale your this chatbot, okay, for lots of users. So here you will use a stateless chat servers. Okay, stateless means you will store its session information, let's say in the Redis, okay, in one server only. So you can auto scale multiple users. You can reduce the number of server also, depends on the traffic. Okay, so scale horizontally. Caching, so you need to cache it. Let's say you don't need to frequently used text if there is. Okay, and then you don't need to convert it again and again. You just put that in a caching. Okay, and tag that embeddings from there. So you can cache embeddings, you can cache frequent queries also, you can cache retrieved chunks. Okay, now async ingestion pipeline. So here you can use Kafka, queue and workers. Let's say you have a documents and you're inputting document to your vector DB, so you can use their async ingestion pipeline. And then let's say the document is very big, very large, so for document processing you can use that async mechanism. And then multi-tenant architecture, so different companies or departments isolate securely. Okay, their data could not overlap. Observability, so latency, hallucination rate, token usage and retrieval quality. You need to observe all these metrics, okay, for your system reliability. So that's it. Thank you.